Driver education information that could save your life. Many lives can be saved by driver education. Don't believe me? While the majority of the country is focused on the issue of gun regulation or the opinions of the National Rifle Association, the #1 cause of death for teenagers, car crashes, receives virtually little attention. Because so many of us take the privilege and responsibility of driving every day for granted, there is an urgent need for driver education. We don't receive the safety warnings we all require when we drive on the roads and go about our everyday activities. Also, you require reminders more frequently if you are a beginning driver. We'll talk about the fundamentals, lessons you ought to be learning. This is merely an overview of the knowledge you may need a refresher on and might potentially save your life. It is by no means a replacement for actual driver education. Always secure your seatbelts before turning the ignition key or using the accelerator. Around 400,000 young drivers between the ages of 16 and 20 suffer injuries in car accidents every year. Your life will be saved if you use your seatbelt. It will prevent you from being flung out of the car, minimize the force with which you collide with the dashboard or other interior car parts, and lessen the force with which your internal organs are struck. When airbags are used together, a crash that would be lethal can instead result in just moderate injuries. Also, this applies to your passengers. Ensure that they have their seatbelts on. If they are not securely buckled in, they could literally become a flying object inside the vehicle in the case of a collision, seriously injuring both themselves and other passengers. Overcrowding. As a driver, you are accountable for the safety of all of your passengers as well as your own. Having other kids in the car essentially doubles the collision risk that comes with being a teen driver. About 12% of all fatal car accidents in the US involve teenagers. In addition to having an overall negative impact on your driving, congestion generates distractions. Driving while carrying minors in the car can result in a citation and fine in various states. Overloading. The fuel efficiency of a car is reduced by 2% for every 100 pounds in the trunk, according to a fact you learn in Drivingschool. Although this may seem like a small amount, over time it adds up. In addition, it changes the vehicle's center of gravity, which has an impact on the way the engine performs, how far you have to brake, and how quickly you can respond in an emergency. Call a moving van if you intend to haul a lot of items rather than stuffing them in the trunk. Emergency kit. Driver education covers all area of driving, including how to operate a car, follow traffic rules and safety regulations, drive defensively, and deal with emergencies in a vehicle. Always remember to breathe and maintain your composure when dealing with a car emergency. Panicking won't fix your car or make things better. You'll be fine if you prepare in advance with the right information, a car emergency tool pack, and a spare tire. If you can't fix the car, make sure your phone is charged and has all of your emergency numbers before you leave. Car maintenance. Do you know how to check the oil for your car? Does the tank have enough fuel? Could you examine the condition of your tires? Possibly you might check the tire pressure. Are your mirrors properly adjusted? After taking driver education, you should be able to perform these simple tasks, and you should make them part of your daily routine. Defensive driving techniques. Do you know the locations of your blind spots and regularly check them while driving? Do you keep a buffer zone around your car? Is there always a minimum of 2 seconds between your car and the one in front of it? Before approaching a junction, do you take a left, right, and left again look? These are just a few of the many defensive driving strategies that are covered in driver education courses. A modest step toward preparing teenagers to be safe drivers on the road is driver education. Also, being a good driver is a talent you'll have for the rest of your life. Knowing the little things today could save your life later. You are well on your way to being a great driver if you approach learning positively and make an effort to learn as much as you can.